Okay. Wow, that was a really dramatic slide. Are we final inspection ready? Technically. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Nick. This is Got Studs, where we're cutting through the BS in home building. So what's the deal? We get final inspections done, I get a certificate of occupancy, and I can't move into my home? All right, here's what we're talking about today. It's really important that you stick around, hit that like and subscribe, comment down below if you've never been here before, because I like to interact with everybody on this channel. Try not to take this too seriously, okay? I'm wearing a hard hat on a residential construction site that's almost completed, that you could literally almost move into here. No, not exactly, and that's why I wanted to make this video. See, move-in ready means we've gone through our final inspections, got your certificate of occupancy, but now we've had to go through with a fine-tooth comb and go through all the systems, make sure that you do have fully functional bathrooms, that you do have a fully functional kitchen, that all your systems, all your appliances, everything that's got water, air, or electricity running through it is running to its full capacity and at 100% the way it was designed to. The part that can get frustrating for the homeowner is yes, technically your CO, that's when your warranty started. It can be weeks, if not even a month, up to the point where you actually start to get to see a house that's complete enough that you can occupy and live in, what we call substantially complete, which is a term you might hear out in the field. Substantially complete means that everything that we've gone through on the house with that fine-tooth comb is now gone down to a very small list, and it's a list that we can actually bring the trades in to finish up, and you're not tripping on the trades to get things done. Theoretically, could you move into your home with a certificate of occupancy? Yes, and could the home be completely done once we get the CO? 100%. We're gonna wanna get those final inspections done. Are we final inspection ready? Technically, yes. Technically, yes, I'm final inspection ready. I've got a cover on a box and I got a piece of Romex wire attached to it that's coming out from underneath the cabinet that doesn't have its toe kick on yet because the cabinet itself has just gone in. An inspector can look at this and say, okay, I see your intention here. You're gonna be putting a toe kick on there, and your final trim should look like this with an outlet on it, like that, something like that. This could pass final inspection. Likely won't, but even when it does, let's say it does get completed, but we don't have any doors or drawers or a top on this counter yet, is your house move-in ready? Would you want to move into a house where there's still cabinets left to install, there's toilet missing, there's some plumbing fixtures missing? Now, that's not the case in this house. It can, and sometimes does, get to that point where you're at the end of the project, final inspection ready, nowhere near ready for the owners to move in. Because the CO does a couple things, right? It does kick the warranty off for the builder, and sometimes that can be a good thing or a bad thing for the builder and the homeowner, depending on the relationship they have. Here's a quick example of another thing that it does. When we start a home, we have to have insurance on it, and that insurance is called builder's risk insurance. That builder's risk insurance, depending on where you're building at, can be very expensive. That basically covers the cost of the house if something was to happen to the house during the construction phase. Now, that builder's risk policy usually gets sold in 6-month to 1-year increments. You know, some houses could take exactly a year or less to build, depending on the size of the home and the details of the home, and then that policy could be close to running out. So you got to kind of push those final inspections a little bit quicker than you would actually buttoning up the home, because it's not worth charging the homeowner for another 6-month builder risk policy when they can just go to their insurance company and get an insurance policy out for themselves. They're going to need the CO in order to do that, which would be much cheaper for them than to take another 6-month builder risk policy out when we're going to be done with the house in a few weeks. I know we're about to get through final inspections, but that doesn't mean your house is going to be ready just yet. We still have a few more weeks of work to do in the house before we'll be comfortable giving you the keys. In most cases, like with us, we're going to do what we call a walkthrough. That way, everybody's got an opportunity to put their eyes on the house, room by room, and make sure that it's up to the standard of the builder, but the standard of the homeowner. And we can create one nice, organized list, punch through that, and then hand the keys over to the homeowner with either nothing left or a very small list of things left to do. So we'll leave it to this. Final inspections close out the permit. Move-in ready, or what we call substantially complete, closes out your project. I'm Nick. Thanks for watching. Hit the comment down below if you've ever been to this phase of the build and were confused about the terminology of certificate of occupancy versus move-in ready versus final inspection ready, and give us your story. Check in with me next week. I'm dropping episodes every week to try to get through the pain points of building homes. And thanks for watching.